Let's turn our attention last to our current president, Obama, because you've had some very interesting words about Obama. And one of the things, even though within the political parties, we talk about the Republican side being the dad side, you say that we look at Obama as dad in some ways.
Well, we look at our leaders as parents.
Yes.
But Obama does advocate in the nest issues. He first of all, spending is not a particular concern of his. This is the bone that the Republicans always pick with him. And that's part of the female role. She spends. She's not as concerned about acquiring. She's concerned, but she's not as concerned as the male is, because it's not, her biological role is more to spend than to acquire. So Obama supports education, as Bernie Sanders is now. Obama does not support war in the traditional sense. He might talk about protecting the nation by cyber sabotage of ISIS or others, but there's very little physical protection involved. He's cut back the military budget, and he's expanded the other in the nest function of giving or providing for the dependents. In the nest, that's appropriate. The dependents there are children. They cannot provide for themselves. They are not adapted as adults to the environment. But by the same token, the Democrats, and Obama's a good example, they expand this to the dependent people who are adults of society, and they're constantly giving to them. They feel pain. The Obama people and the Bernie Sanders people and the Hillary Clinton people, I believe, truly feel pain that the solution to health care isn't being adopted. Their solution, they see the solution as insurance. Well, I'm a doctor, and I know that insurance is really only part of the solution. But the point is, they're addressing the issue of taking care of the sick. Where do you go when you're injured or ill? You go home. And who takes care of you there? The female. She functions inside the nest. Taking care of the ill is primarily a female issue and an in-the-nest issue. And Obama supports that. That was his initial legislative maneuver, the Obamacare. And so all the elements seem to add up, don't they? On the one hand, the Democrat, Obama, and Bernie Sanders support the dependent, the person who can't make it on their own. Of course, it's not just the children in the nest, it's those outside the nest who can't. They are not interested in protecting the nest, at least not in the traditional way with a strong military. They are fine with spending. They're fine, also, the Republicans would say they're fine telling people what to do. Big government. This is another issue that the outside the nest people have, big government. Well, inside the nest, mother tells the children what to do all the time. That's part of the mother's role. Mother should get pleasure out of telling the children what to do, especially if it works out. But that's what the mother can't resist doing because it's part of her biological job. The same with Obama, the same with the Democrats, at least from the Republican standpoint, is that the Democrats are very comfortable telling people what to do with their money, what to do with their health care, etc. And the Republicans are identified with the outside the nest functions where people have to be relatively autonomous, and they don't go around telling other adults what to do. They have to function on their own as adults, so they don't like a government that tells them what to do.